Chatter, chatter, chatter. I am God and I never fail. Chatter, chatter. Yesterday, today and forever the same. Chatter, chatter. Just so loud, chatter, chatter. Remember. I am God and I never fail. Chatter, chatter. Yesterday, today and forever the same. Chatter, chatter. Cheers on the now. Chatter, chatter, chatter. Cheers from the now.
My tomorrow must be greater than today.
His hands are not short that it cannot reach to you. His eyes ain't ever blind, he cannot see your tears. His ears are not deaf that he cannot hear you cry. Your tomorrow must be greater than today. Your tomorrow must be greater than today.
No matter what I face, no matter what I see,
no matter what comes
no
my
matter
way,
what comes my way,
hey,
no matter how I cry,
one thing I know,
that's definitely my
tomorrow. Nothing can move me. So one thing I know. Thank you, Jesus. My tomorrow
must be greater than.
Say my tomorrow.
My tomorrow must be greater than today.
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna sing in my tomorrow.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'm gonna dance in my tomorrow.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I'm gonna testify in my tomorrow.
One thing I know. There's assurance in my heart. No matter what, my tomorrow must be greater than today. Say my tomorrow.
My tomorrow must be greater than today.
Sing hallelujah.
I'm gonna sing in my tomorrow.
Hallelujah.
I'm gonna dance in my tomorrow.
This is my song, this is my story.
I'm gonna testify in my tomorrow.
One thing I know, one thing I know. My God, my tomorrow.
Must be greater than today.
My tomorrow.
Must be greater than today.
Mama, don't cry.
I'm gonna sing in your tomorrow.
Papa, my brother, sister, don't cry.
You gotta dance in your tomorrow.
Wipe away your tears, my
You gotta
brother.
testify in your tomorrow.
For one thing I know, for one thing I know.
In my
My
heart,
tomorrow.
my tomorrow must be greater than today.
I just know one thing that is.
My tomorrow must be greater than today.
We don't cry anymore, anymore.
You gotta
Yeah.
sing in your tomorrow.
We've been in just for the night, joy comes in the
You gotta dance in
morning.
your tomorrow.
Don't cry anymore.
You gotta testify in your tomorrow.
Say one thing I know, one thing I know. Yeah.
In my heart,
Hey, my tomorrow greater. Oh my tomorrow.
must be greater than today.
No matter,
What I face,
no matter what comes my way.
comes my way.
You tune right, you tune to the fountain of beautiful Christian Broadcasting Network. We transmit to you from the heart of North Dakota. And if you're just joining us, I'd like to say good afternoon, good morning, good day, good evening to you. Most especially those of you just joining us, want to say, hey, hope you are doing fine and having a wonderful time. And I hope you are sharing our video with your friends and family members too. Let's say good morning to you, or good evening, or good night. That's you, my little sister, Miss Marlon Cummins Smith. Mrs. Marlon Cummins Smith, hope you're doing fine. Pastor David Mervyn Soko Gray, thank you so much for joining us. And let's say good morning to you from our end here. Miss Salif, hope you're having a wonderful time. Alice Smith, and for you, Mr. Isaac C. Ye, hope you're having a wonderful time. It's a belated birthday tree. They say it's for you, Mr. Gabriel T. Dole. Hope you're having a wonderful time. Liberia Princess, thank you for joining us, and they're just going so fast right now. Anakuya and Asatu, hope you're having a wonderful time, Maria man. And Sis Hawave, hope you all are having a wonderful time. And I'm going to be bringing you something on, something we wanted to bring on instead of the music, so let's just bring it on. And remember that our brothers and sisters in prison, just keep praying for them and continue to intercede on their behalf.
Call it the FAR. 5,100 men, serving sentences so long, 95% of them will never go home.
1 out of every 2 that you see in this prison is a murderer. And you only have murder, rape, armed robber, habitual felons.
In 1997, the documentary The Farm followed the stories of 6 inmates serving time in Angola.
Going on my 38th year. Just something like I've been raised here.
I'm scared. I'm scared that I ain't gonna never get a chance to see my loved ones again.
The original charge that I'm in prison for is aggravated rape. I am an innocent man.
You keep in the cell for 23 hours a day, you can't come out.
You know, the person who was arrested 22 years ago was a totally different person.
2 of the inmates died in 1997, one from cancer.
But I'm ready for it. I figured a couple weeks I'll be leaving this planet.
The other by lethal injection.
At 12:12 p.m., we sent his soul for final judgment. Last thing he said, he actually said, wow.
This is the story of the remaining 4, who during the last 10 years continued on, praying for a miracle and hoping for freedom.
Ooh, he would be so much overflowing of joy, he would be out of sight for me.
Good morning, Angola, and may you have a blessed day. It's DJ Dollar Ray, the Spin Doctor, and we're going to have a beautiful day right here. KLSP 91.7.
I'm gonna say, to me, it don't move. Time don't move for me.
Right here.
The 10 years I've been in, I've completed a lot of things. My GED, got all kind of other certificates. You know, self-help programs. You know, but things happen. It's gonna be a long day.
We think we had it, Jesus.
We going back to that wall. I hope y'all able to make it down there. Going toward L.
George Crawford was the youngest of the inmates profiled in The Fall back in 1997. Only 22 at the time, he was immediately sent to work in the fields.
It's the first time you ever worked in the field?
First time I ever worked in my life.
He had entered Angola's gates for the first time less than a week earlier.
Angola, Louisiana State Penitentiary. That's what we're doing.
George was found guilty of murdering a woman during a drug deal and was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. He admits he was caught up in a life of crime, but insists to this day that he is innocent of this charge.
I ain't no perfect child. I done did dirt as I was coming up. I have sold drugs. I have stole things. I have lied. I cheated. But I have never killed anyone. I ain't perfect. And that's what I want to get across. I ain't perfect.
After seeing the film, a prestigious law firm took on George's case pro bono. But state, federal, and Supreme Courts have denied every appeal.
Do you think you'll still be here 10 years later?
I ain't imagine, no. No, honestly, no. No, it's a rough 10 years, too.
You lose hope?
I gain hope. I'll never lose hope. I'll never give up.
The hardest part about being an inmate here is you can't go home. You live here and gonna go in, they're gonna eat supper, they're gonna go to bed, they're gonna get up, do it again tomorrow.
In prison, it is the head warden who is responsible for every critical decision.
Prison is in better shape every year. It's a beautiful place, it's a beautiful prison, you know, when you look out across, who would ever think you'd say a beautiful prison?
For over a decade at Angola, that role has belonged to Warden Burl Kane.
It's like a big plantation in days gone by. We hate to call it that in a way, but it kind of is because we have the, you know, it's inmates and prisoners. It costs about $10,000 a day to feed the people at Angola. Every day the sun comes up, put $10,000 in the cash register to buy the food to feed Angola. Our toilet paper bill in Angola is $51,000 a year for toilet paper. Okay, did it take 4 of y'all to hold him?
None of his responsibilities carry greater consequence than the oversight of executions.
Could you find a vein with that much pressure on him?
There have been 6 executions during Warden Kane's tenure.
It would be difficult, wouldn't it?
Old age and illness, the real concerns of men with life sentences, have caused the deaths of 412 others in the same period.
Okay, you take care.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you and your family, too.
Okay, see you later.
All right.
How much time you have?
Well, you know, I had 75 years. I've been locked up 25 years on that. I'm eligible for parole.
You're eligible now?
Yes.
Good luck.
Okay.
You have 50 to go if you don't. You get a little gray hair.
If a person gives up hope, that's the day that you begin to die. That's what helped me to survive during my 27.5 years. Always believing that one day something was going to change.
You know, we just travel and teach anywhere we can go, and we're trying to do this as a means to reach and give something back to society.
Ashanti Witherspoon was one of Angola's model inmates, allowed to do work outside the prison walls to deter others from a life behind bars.
Because if you miss, if you slip, you will be Angola bound.
Don't allow anything. Right now, we're right here in the heart of Baton Rouge, downtown Baton Rouge, before, Bank One. You know, I'm out here with you all filming and so forth. You know, there wouldn't be any problem for me to walk away. But the point is, I've changed. The point is, the thing that I need to do is to be free. And escaping won't give me any type of freedom. Escaping, I'm still on the run. I'm still trapped. I'm still bound by the same thing that I was bound by 25 years ago. I want real freedom. I want to be able to walk out of prison and actually say that I'm free. What was Ortega doing?
In 1997, Ashanti's petition for a parole hearing was denied. But 2 years later, he is given a second chance.
Parole board hearing is here, and I'm thankful to God that it's taking place. This is my daughter, Washington. I feel good. I feel excited. I have a lot of hope. And, I'm just looking forward to making my presentation before the board.
Have a seat, sir. Will you state your name, sir?
My name is George Witherspoon, sir.
Third felony offender?
Yes, sir.
Armed robbery?
Yes, sir.
Sentenced November 22nd, 1972.
Yes, sir.
75 years of hard labor?
Yes, sir.
Let me explain something a little bit about myself, and then you'll understand where I'm coming from. In January of 1972, while under the influence of LSD, I came through Shreveport, pulled off a robbery. It led to a shootout with police. 2 police were shot, I was shot, and my fall partner was shot. But nobody died. 9 months later, I was sentenced to 75 years in prison. I've been here since then. That's over 25 years.
Mr. Witherspoon, you have been up for parole before?
Yes, sir, in 1994.
1994. Well, basically, you know what the procedure is.
My board consisted of a former chief of police, the chairman of the board, and a victim's rights advocate. But I had Warden Kane appear before the board in my behalf.
Would you care to make a statement at this time?
I really would. I've been a warden 17 years. I've seen a lot of good inmates, I've seen a lot of bad, and I would say that he is the very best of the best. The thing I like most is he absolutely admits what he did, he's sorry for what he did, he's genuine in his feelings and his thoughts. And so I know, and I sit here thinking, if you all see fit, and I know we don't know what you know, we don't know what you have from Shreveport and other places, so we can't really make the decision you have to make, and I appreciate where you come from. But if you do free him, you won't have to worry tonight that I do the right thing. And if I were sitting in your place, I would.
Thank you very much, sir. Shante, Mr. Witherspoon, this is now your time to tell us why we ought to let you out early.
Well, sir, I'm sorry for the crime that I committed. I mean, I was wrong. I was wrong for anything that I've ever done in my life that was wrong. I pray that this is God's time now for me. And if you allow me to be released, I can promise you that you'll never regret it. I can promise you that a lot of lives in society will be changed. I know that the Spirit of God will move and the changes will take place. This is what I desire to do, and I just pray that God has touched your heart, that you felt something through reading my record, through listening to my supporters, through anything that I might have said that will help you all to decide that I deserve the same thing.
Thank you very much. All right, big moment. Mr. Herbert, do you have the vote sheet?
Yes. I've been impressed by this. I tried to be as fair with my thought with you as I could be. So, and I'm only one vote, but at this time, my vote is to grant.
Ms. McCarson.
I also vote to grant.
I vote to grant your parole, sir.
Well, that is a work release. That is a 6 month work release. Mr. McCarthy put that.
Young lady, you'll have a long time to cherish and love him. Please let us have him for a few more minutes. Now, we're filling out your form. Just sit tight there. And on your parole certificate, you got a lot of conditions. You will be on parole for what? To the completion of your sentence. Yes. You make that parole officer your very best friend. And if I had that much hanging over me, I certainly would be very diligent outside and try not to come back, although Warden Kane says he's got a place for you.
tell you one thing, after what I said, if he comes back, I'm gonna wring his neck. So, in the words of our Savior, go and sin no more. Let him come up here. He wants to get it himself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. All right.
How you feel?
I feel fantastic.
Told you was coming home. I feel so great. I knew it was gonna happen today, though. I did. I really did.
How'd you know it was gonna happen?
I just felt it. It was just in my bones.
Yeah.
Told you it was coming home.
Yeah.
I told you. Told you, Daddy. Love you too.
First, I want to acknowledge the fact that this is Ashanti's last time to be with us. And whenever in my church I have to say goodbye to somebody, I say, oh, it's such a sad occasion to say goodbye. But it really isn't, is it?
No.
No.
I feel you.
All right, thank you.
All right. Be cool, man.
I'm excited because I know that after tonight, this 27 years will be over. It's 27 years and almost 6 months is over. It's finally come to an end. I look forward to being able to go out by myself. I look forward to being able to do all the things that everybody else in society does that they just kind of take for granted because, they don't live in prison. And I look forward to some nights going to a theater to sit down and just watch a movie, maybe going and sit on the side of the levee and just looking out on the river. So it's a lot of little things. Yeah, what's been happening? Like I said, I've been here 27 years, and there's a lot of us who are in here who grew up together.
Describe this 22-year-old who came in here.
That guy doesn't even exist anymore. That guy doesn't even exist anymore. This is all that counts, right here. You're looking at it, Shante.
The impact that he has on people. This man is like a brother, a big brother, a father. But this man had kept me on my feet and kept love in my heart. I'm glad he's going home, but it hurts.
There's mixed emotions. There's sadness that's in me because of all the friends that I'm leaving behind. But at the same time, there's excitement of happiness knowing that I am going out there to, to begin a new life.
I have signature. Yeah, I know. Right, all right. Thank you. Give it, Mike. All right.
I feel a sense of excitement. I don't feel a sense of anxiety. I can't make up for any lost time. Can't make up for the years that have gone by. I'm going to start from that day and just live one day at a time.
I don't think about time. I try to have a schedule. I read, meditate, and I'm constantly struggling with law.
Vincent Simmons has been in Angola prison since 1977. He is serving 100 years for aggravated rape of twin teenage sisters. He claims he is innocent.
When you off into something and you fight so hard to try to prove something, that you're entitled to, you lose all sense of time.
There aren't many ways to get out of Angola. For eligible inmates, the law guarantees one parole board hearing. In 1997, Vincent's chance came after 20 years behind bars.
Are the victims here yet on Vincent Simmons?
They all here. We take them now.
We take them.
In Louisiana, victims can choose to be notified of all parole and pardon board hearings and are permitted to address the board.
Just be relaxed. Just be calm.
I've lived in a lot of fear. I have a problem with black people. I can't pull up at a store and there be black men. I have a hard time. I'm scared of them.
Not scared of me this morning, are you?
No, I wouldn't be alone with you either. But
Let's go both ways. How old were you when this happened?
14. It happened, yeah, 20 years ago. 20 years means nothing to me. That's yesterday to me.
We feel sorrow. We feel your sorrow.
This board is very sympathetic to you.
Thank you.
You can rest assured that this board's going to do its duty.
Thank you.
Have a seat in the chair right here, man.
Mr. Simmons, come here and have a seat.
Accepting responsibility for one's crime and expressing remorse can be preconditions for receiving parole. But Vincent came in ready to plead his case for innocence.
Would you answer Mr. Magri's questions, please?
You committed these 2 rapes?
No, sir. I've been trying to get the evidence since I've been here to prove my innocence.
You pled guilty?
No, sir.
Okay.
We didn't have none of this evidence. None of this evidence was presented before the jury because the DA had it in his file.
The evidence, none of which was presented at the original trial, included a doctor's report issued 2 weeks after the rape revealing that one of the girls remained a virgin, and a victim statement given to the police that, quote, all blacks look alike. The conviction hinged on the eyewitness testimony of the 2 female victims, Karen and Sharon Sanders, and their cousin Keith.
And they put you in the lineup, didn't they?
The lineup, right?
Put you in the lineup and they said they all picked out the man.
No, when they brought me in, I was handcuffed. And they was there.
Where's that lineup, dear?
Let me picture that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You were the only one handcuffed in the lineup?
I'm the only one.
That's the other half. They just didn't have the wide angle.
Yeah, but...
I'm the only one handcuffed.
Are you bringing this case up for rehearing?
I'm presently in the United States Supreme Court. I'm trying to get in the United States Supreme Court.
Yeah. I have no further questions. Okay, if y'all step out, we'll discuss the case.
Would you help him get this?
Take
that. Yeah, 20 years I come up with something.
Oh, yeah. He did. You know, Doc Mama. Well, don't write too much now. We can get this thing over with. You can write a book on it after we get to the office. He did it. He just didn't. You know, I have a...
Of course he did. Of course. Just here.
Okay, bring Mr. Simmons back in. Just Mr. Simmons. Mr. Simmons, after listening to testimony and going over the reports, the board has voted at this time to deny your request for parole. And certainly you have a right to pursue your case through the United States Supreme Court, and I certainly would do that. You know, that's your legal right.
A 100 years. I did 20 on 100. That means I got 80 more.
While gangs and violence are prevalent in many prisons, routine and order define daily life in Angola. Acts of violence by inmates, including assault, suicide, and escape, have dropped 74% under Warden Kane's watch.
I felt compelled to try to make this a normal, decent place to live and do your time. The prison is really like the city. Your bed in a dorm is your house, and 3 beds down is 3 doors down, and go speak to your neighbor and build community, and that's what we did.
Where an inmate fits in the Angola community depends upon his behavior and attitude. The transition from a new arrival to a Class A trustee takes over a decade. It can mean the difference between being a farmhand living in a cell block and, for a very few, having the chance to participate in programs outside the prison walls, albeit accompanied by guards. Salaries range from 2 to 20 cents an hour. No matter his status or how long he's been in Angola, one major violation and an inmate can find himself in the harsh confines of Camp J. These men might only be allowed out of their cells 1 hour a day. But find a way to remain hopeful and work within the rules, and the prison can be a surprisingly peaceful place to spend a lifetime.
Well, some of this is so foreign that other prisons can't hardly fathom how we have a lot of wardens come see us and a lot of other systems, but it's just hard to get here because a lot of the public wouldn't want you to do what we do. They want their prison system to be harsh and get even, and they don't understand rehabilitation. You see, this is an inmate, and he's doing a life sentence for murder, and he's just taking these line horses back in. And he's cold, and he's galloping on along here. That's a cowboy for you. How you doing? Are you cold?
No, sir.
You not cold?
No, sir.
That's good. I'd be cold if I was you. That horse has got on a warm coat.
Yes, sir, sure does.
Okay, we'll see you.
All right, sir. Have a good day.
All right.
You get along well with them, most of the inmates?
Oh, all of them. That's pretty cool, isn't it? You know, he's in prison, but he's busy and he's doing something. It's important what he's doing. He's saving me a correctional officer. That's pretty cool.
Angola is increasingly self-sustaining. 4 million pounds of prison-grown vegetables are consumed here yearly. Hundreds of horses are raised to handle the field work. The beef from the 2,000 grass-fed cattle is considered too much of a luxury for the prisoners, so the calves are sold into the marketplace and the lower-grade meat is purchased with the proceeds.
You know, you don't get to see that anywhere else. And so, beautiful church, isn't it, in front of us? And that's the Camp F church. Well, that's a real important part of this prison because there ain't no bars here. There's no porn shops to go to, so, but there's a church. And so it just reflects the moral side of us.
Build me an altar in this place, house in the rain. Oh, yeah.
When the law falls short, when forgiveness wanes and the gates shut tightly, faith in God emerges stronger than ever.
Yes, I will. Come on, everybody.
Over the last decade, the role of religion has grown at Angola. Financed by donations, 5 new churches are built. An accredited Bible college is established, and morality becomes the catchword for Warden Kane's correctional policy.
This out with a bell. Moral rehabilitation is the only true rehabilitation. We teach them the skills and trades, read, write, and all that, but we just made a smarter criminal unless we have a moral component with it, and that comes from the heart. And so we don't care where we find a morality. An atheist can be moral, and we get them in here, and then we can start working on them to be more moral, a moral person. We all know that God is a just and a true God, and He loves us, and He may let us struggle, and He may leave us here, but He's got eternal life waiting for us and streets of gold, so that's what we have to work for. I believe in the human race, and I think people in my business have to really think and remember corrections, corrective behavior, not torment and torture, but to make better what came to us in our care, and that's how we measure our success.
Come on, let's give it all a hand for it, amen. Amen.
I've been a warden 26 years. I didn't do all that without learning something. My inmates I release from here have to be worthy. So I've got to work real hard to change them, and you saw that in this prison. There's no anger here. 1 out of every 2 inmates you saw murdered somebody. 1 out of every 2 that you see in this prison is a murderer. And you only have murder, rape, armed robber, habitual felons. I get rid of you when you get 40 years short. I normally send you to a medium security prison. This is hardest core prison as it gets, but it worked.
But religion alone does not keep order in Angola. Security is an around-the-clock concern.
No.
Whether it's the numerous counts each day to make sure no one has escaped, the dog chase team always on alert.
Hey, y'all sit up on his bed. Sit up on your bed, man.
Or the shakedown crews randomly working their way through the prison.
First row, now get up, come up here.
Take your shoes off, everything out of your pocket. Shake y'all down, after we finish shaking you down, go to the TV room, watch the game.
With so much surveillance, hiding illegal paraphernalia requires ingenuity.
See how it's going? It's a piece of gum. Looks like a piece of gum. And we open it up. Some dice.
That's a good job there.
They use that to gamble with.
They had it here good, didn't they? Look, they had it wrapped up with some paper and some gum. Had it here good.
Making one's way through the maze that is Angola can take decades. Few understand this better than Bishop Eugene Tannehill.
I remember the first day coming to the gate was October the 4th, 1959, on the Wednesday. I must have been about 24 years old then. Serving time is just like a puzzle, a 2,000-piece puzzle. There it is. Throw it to you, and it scatters every which way. So now, put it back together. That's the way your life is. When you sentenced to a penal institution, your life is scattered. You the one got to put it back together. As a young man, 24 years old, thank you, Jesus, that a man, innocent man, a good man, on a railroad track one morning, and with the clap of my hand, I took that man's life.
Even back in 1997, faith was a big part of life at Angola. And it was Bishop Tannehill, with close to 40 years down on a life sentence for murder, who was considered the prison's spiritual leader.
I found out
bishop had been recommended for a pardon nearly a decade earlier, but walking out a free man required a governor's signature. He offered a simple explanation for why it hadn't happened.
God haven't submitted him to sign it. If I was ready from within to meet the channels from without, then God knows.
After serving nearly 50 years at Angola, Governor Kathleen Blanco signed his pardon in 2007.
I had a vision and a revelation to come out of this. All of this was waiting for me. You know what happened? I sowed the good seed in Angola and I come to New York City to reap the harvest. That's a nice combination, ain't it? Yeah, let's come on in. Now, come on in the bedroom here. Y'all check it out there. How you? Around?
Within weeks, he is living in an apartment in New York and working with the Brooklyn Tabernacle Church.
That's the principal of the Bible College. Oh, yeah.
What's it like having your own room?
Huh?
In the beginning, was it weird sleeping in your own room?
Oh, man, this is fantastic. This is fantastic. Having your own, this is paradise-sized prison. This is paradise-sized prison.
You got some nice clothes you got.
Oh, 18 suits. I don't mean Salvation Army suits neither, no, sir. 18 suits as others. 18.
How does that feel like to get dressed now?
What's that?
How does it feel getting dressed up nice after all the years?
Oh, man, sure. I have divorced the past, wedding the present, and I have married the future. How's that?
Hey everybody, this is KLSP 91.7, the station that kicks behind the bricks. I'm Goldie, and you know what it means when you hear that sound. Spin Doctor just moved out, I'm moving in. And I tell you what, we're gonna pause for the calls right now to bring it on down, and we're gonna put this music on and let you do it. Remember, nobody does it like I do because they can't do it like I can.
More than 10 years have passed since the documentary The Farm was completed in 1997. Two of the men, George Crawford and Vincent Simmons, are still behind bars. The other two, Ashanti Witherspoon and Bishop Tannehill, are free. Along the way, the warden continued pursuing his unique agenda, and the prison once considered among the bloodiest in America changed.
Whoa, the preacher's preaching.
I knew that we were on track of something that really worked, and we fixed it. We stopped the brutality. We stopped being oppressive. And so I had to have somebody tell the story.
Warden Cade has effectively engaged the media to showcase the importance of reform.
The media was the vehicle. The media used us economically, but we used the media philosophically. We did good with that.
Getting the message out to the public is only half of the equation. For years, the prison has operated a radio station and published a magazine. In 2006, the warden launched a prisoner-run closed-circuit television station so that everyone in Angola, even those on death row, could watch. The programs include football, church services, and fight night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to this live television.
Tonight we have a boxing match, and we're going to film it. We're broadcasting live tonight, so the whole institution gets to see it all over the farm.
Let me see your headphones for a second.
Sean Vaughn is the television station's technical director.
I call the shots, I direct the cameramen, I direct the commentators, take care of the recording, the on-air monitors, all of that. It's quite an undertaking.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner by way of unanimous decision, Howard Johnson.
Well, right now we broadcast to the institution. Of course, the institution's a small town, 5,100 inmates. But I wanted to be a full-fledged TV station like Louisiana Public Broadcasting. We could reach out, let people see what's going on in here, and see real people, not just numbers, not news segments. I want them to see the real people.
Sean is serving a life sentence for second-degree murder and is not eligible for parole or probation. He has been in Angola since 1998.
It's my little personal space. It's all I have, 2 locker boxes and 1 bag, and make do with what you have, It's just all kind of mapped out for us. Right here, this is my front yard. I don't have a backyard. It's Ricky's backyard, and it's Smitty's bed there, and that's it. I miss my family. I miss my daughter, my wife. They've been so supportive over the years. They've been right there by my side, and so I owe them tremendous debt when I get home.
In 2002, 4 years into his sentence, Sean married Tina, his childhood sweetheart.
This is an unusual marriage. I know people wonder, well, why is she staying with me, because I can't do anything for her, and they're, of course, talking about physically. But marriage is more than physical contact. It's more than that. There's an emotional attachment, an emotional bond that grows. We truly are one flesh, and worked hard to achieve that.
It's a choice. You have to be willing to make that commitment. You have to be willing to know that there's a possibility that they won't ever get out. And are you willing to stick with that person no matter what?
When we're up here, we're in our own little world, and it feels really good. And so when they leave, I have to go through some mental gymnastics to go back down the walk to the dorm or back to work or whatever, and it all settles back in on me that I'm here and I'm in prison. For those few hours, I was not. I was free. Whenever I'm with them, I'm free.
I wasn't out there living a life of crime. Before coming to prison, I was a productive citizen. I was a homeowner. I wasn't a bad guy out there. Things happened, and I wound up here.
Several years of dealing with a highly contentious breakup led to a violent confrontation with his former girlfriend.
The situation that got out of hand. And there was a situation that dragged on for 3 years. I went to the police about it and got no help. And I guess I didn't realize how badly it had affected me. And one day the situation seriously escalated, and I took somebody's life. And I hate that.
Have you tried to reach out to the victim's family?
I would like to. Yeah, I'd like to reach out and talk to them if I could. Let them know. Let them know that I'm sorry. Sorry is not a strong enough word, but really, what can you say? I'm very sorry. None of that was supposed to happen. It wasn't intentional. It was so fast, but I just want to let them know that I'm sorry.
No one should be released from prison that someone's going to be afraid of. I think in America we should live as free people. We should live free of fear. And so therefore, for that to happen, we have to do a better job of inmate-victim reconciliation. We're working on doing that. We're doing some of that now. I wish we could move it along faster, but it's a very sensitive thing because the victim's family has to be in agreement, obviously, and the inmate has to be worthy.
I sit and look at my surroundings. You put it out of your mind sometimes. You know you're here, this is where you live, I can reach over here and touch the next guy. You know, you put it out of your mind. But sometimes it just gets really hard. It just gets really, really hard. You know, you look at this and you say to yourself, this is it. This is all that there will ever be. And you look to the future and there is none. It's this empty space.
After 28 years in Angola, Ashanti Witherspoon is paroled. Within a week, he travels home to Chicago to be with his family.
And this is going to be the first time seeing my mother since 1986, and a number of my other relatives since 1971. You know, my daughter was actually born 3 months after I was incarcerated. But we maintained a close communication all the years that I was locked up. You know, so I've never had a chance to spend one day in society with her. So this is going to be a fantastic Christmas holiday.
Roosevelt Pharmacy.
Do they still have an Illinois Central?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, we came up
all the
right
Oh, they got Dominic. I mean, they got a shopping center here.
Right.
Okay.
Bowling alley used to be over there.
Yeah, bowling alley. We used to hang out up in there. Yeah, they had the cotton. I mean, the coffee cup still
right,
here.
Coffee cup, right.
It's not there anymore.
Right.
Closed. So,
Hey, Daddy. How you doing?
Oh man, fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Your skin look all different.
How does it look different?
It look a little fresher or something. It's
Fresher
just-
and smoother.
Yeah. I'm so happy though.
Saw my daughter, my brother, and my mother.
Oh, oh, you look so good. Oh, you look good.
All right. Want everybody look at the camera and wave at it.
Wave at the camera. Bye. Hi, camera.
Hello, world.
Hi. Hello, America. Hello. My daddy's home. Let them home, Uncle.
Now a free person, Ashanti finally fulfills an old wish.
The first thing I want to do when I get out, I want to take a bath. I know that might sound strange, but you know, the little small things that you miss by being incarcerated that you remember that brought you so much joy when you were younger. And I like to go out and, I like to take a bath. I like to sit down in the bathtub, just soak in the bathtub, and just enjoy it. Just sit there for a little while. But once I got out, I realized that I didn't just want to take a bath. I decided I want to take a bath in the same bathtub that I used to take it in when I was a child, and that's in my mother's home. And today, on December the 22nd, 1999, is the day I'm taking my first bath in 28 years.
Good afternoon, Angola. You're listening to KLSP Blasting 91.7 and 102.3. This is the incarceration station, the only one in the nation. It's a joyous time, but I want you to know one thing, fellas. Your family needs you just as much as we need them. Send cards. Write your children, write your mother, write your father. Let your families know that you love them no matter what, no matter where.
Angola prison is so isolated, 25 miles down a dead-end road, that they had to build a town inside its gates. Known as the B-Line, its residents, 600 employees and their families, claim it's the safest town in America. Holidays are celebrated by the free people. But for inmates, they are a grim reminder of what they've lost. The average inmate stops receiving visitors within a few years of arriving in prison. But 10 years later, George's mother still makes the 3-hour trip from her home in New Orleans.
First, it started off with 2 visits a month. And then this trip is just so hard on me. Once I get home, I can't do nothing but take a shower and go to bed because I'm just bored out, I'm drained. So then I cut it down to once a month. I'm doing time with him. We both doing the time together. That's why I say I'll be glad when this is over. And with prayers, and I do know it's gonna be over. You know, it might take a while, but George's gonna get out of this. I'm doing it again, all right, doing it. All right, how you doing? Oh, Lord, I'm getting to the point now, I'm getting kind of used to it now. Just when I get here, my heart beats fast, you know, but I'm excited because I know I'm gonna see him. But it's hard. I never did uphold my kids, none of my kids. If they did something, and I know they did, I would admit to it, but I don't. I deeply believe in my heart. I still believe it. He didn't do this.
After years of progressing toward trustee status and its privileges, George is accused of being part of a gambling ring and is sent to the hold, where contact visits are prohibited.
I wish you wouldn't have came today.
What's up, George?
Somebody put a knife upstairs.
Somebody did what?
Put a knife, planted a knife on me. Not on me, it was upstairs.
I don't like seeing you like this.
It's the second time I'm locked up bad. Second time.
I understand how people just keep setting you up.
I don't see everyone, I don't know. It just seems like when I try to do right, things go wrong. But when I go wrong, things go right.
You know, you got to play by their rules.
There ain't no more rules.
This is just too heartbreaking. I'm serious. It's hard.
I ain't know the outcome of that. I wish you wouldn't have came.
No, every time I come in, if you're on lockdown out, it's catch me by surprise all the time.
10 years. This 10 years. 10 years later, look where I'm at. 10 years later. I don't know. It might be over for me. I said I'd never give up hope, but it might be. That might be a sign all this happening that it's over. It's over, George. It's over for you. I don't know, Mama. Everybody gone. You the only one.
It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right, you know. Don't ever lose hope. And you keep praying, and like I told you, just keep praying. Prayers open doors, so yeah, you just got to keep praying.
I love you, love.
I love you too.
You take care of yourself. Drive carefully. Drive carefully. Look, don't cry. You're crying now. Wipe your face, Mom.
Good.
Don't do that.
I'm good.
Man, wipe your face. Don't cry.
I'm good. I'm good. But it wasn't good to see him locked behind that thing, you know, because I couldn't touch him, hold him, or kiss him, so I had to take what I can get, you know. But like I told him, I'm gonna be praying for him. Everything gonna work out all right.
Shackles cutting me up, huh?
Thank you.
just tuning in, I want to say good evening, good afternoon to you, and thank you so much for joining our broadcast. You know, when I saw the documentary, when I saw the documentary, I wanted to share that documentary with somebody listening, somebody watching. You know, our broadcast is all about broadcasting programs of information, entertainment, and education. And I once saw my late father in that same position before, where we would come from school, we stopped by the prison to see my father. And I remember one time my late father said to me, when he was in prison, we went to him, and he told us not to keep coming at the prison. That was not a good place to come and see him almost every other time. But we were just looking for a sense of connection, that's all. And how many young people are in prison today? How many young men are in prison today? And some of us are privileged and blessed to be outside, on the other side of the world, on the other side of the street. But we do not take those things into serious consideration. And so we think that there's something more durable in this world that we can enjoy, merry make, and have fun, and forget about God. There were many days I had to, I think I was in the 3rd grade, and I'll have to go to the Monrovia Central Prison to see my father. That was painful. And when I thought that I was going to have this privilege to enjoy my father, then he was in prison all throughout the Civil War. He came out of prison, and people created another story and said my father was keeping rebels in his swimming pool, and a lot of story, a lot. So there was a reason why I showed that documentary. Unlike men, there are other people who found themselves in that position. You have to go to the prison to see your relative. You have to go to the prison to see your brother, your son, your daughter, and you come from there. And when I thought that it was time for me to enjoy my father, I was 35 years old, and I just moved to the U.S. And for 3 years in Roll, my old papa was always on the phone and saying, "Gerald, you did a lot of good things in Liberia. Don't change. Don't change. You know, I'm waiting for the day you can come to Liberia and we, you know, go driving around." And I would tell my father all the time, I never had with you. I would just come, you know, we go driving around. And that's what happened when you find a relative on the other side of the world, you know, in prison. And in this country, there are too many young people growing up. There's no father to feed you. In the typical African community, you'll notice that most of the fathers are locked up, to be behind bars. And that's what I tell people from my country. All of the political shenanigans we see on Facebook, nothing informative and educative. How can we change the minds of our people? There are many young people in our country who are addicted to drugs. I go behind the old defense ministry. There's a place called Babla. Go see how many young people. I saw a documentary one time, a group of young people living in the graveyard. They remove the dead body, they remove the casket, and they're still there. And all these people who want to run to be president for our country, and all these people who are representatives and senators in our country, they do nothing to improve the livelihood of the young people. And some of them ended in the Monrovia Central Prison, where my father served many years for something that was even beyond. Today, as a father, I can sit and see that the real enemy of the people from my country is ourselves. We ourselves are the real enemy. And sometimes you sit down and ask, and then I see the different talk shows and I see the level of maturity. And sometimes you tell some people that, you don't have to curse people to help them. And some others say, well, that's the best way of portraying the message. No, that's not the best way. The best way is to do it to inform, entertain, and educate people. You know how many young people are there who people call zogos? I don't call them zogos. I call them victims of situation. So I show that entire documentary, not only for people from my country, but men from other parts of the world. There are women in prison. And you go to the jail, you go to the prison, and you're sitting down and you're looking and you're saying to yourself, if I just have an opportunity to get outside, I'm going to do right. I'm going to do right. There was a guy who wrote something that sometimes we must depersonalize. I understand when people get familiar with words and they don't look at the setting before. And the thing that we try to, this is our platform and it's meant to entertain, inform, educate. And if you don't have nothing to offer, don't sit behind the camera or on the microphone, because you're not doing nothing for the society. Screaming at the people, shouting and insulting them does not cut it. It's not helping at all. For others, it's helping, but for some, it's not. A beautiful documentary, a very beautiful documentary. Let's see if we can, I don't know how many minutes we got for that documentary, but I think that was at the climax of it. And I hope that for those of you who watch and have been watching for the past few hours, hope you learned something from it. It's a nice documentary. There are many men in this country are imprisoned, and it depends on where you find yourself and what you are doing at the time. Sometimes some people find themselves at the wrong place at the right time. But I think what you need to do is to find yourself close to Jesus. That's the best thing you can do. Find yourself closer to Jesus. For there's nothing in this world, nothing, pleasure, the good time, or will wear the wind. But you can find peace and you can find happiness in Christ.
Chantal, Chantal, I am God and I never fail. Chantal, yesterday, today and forever the same. Chantal, remember.
One day, Jesus is coming. You may be at church. You may be at work. You may be asleep. God grant that you will be ready when he makes his personal appearance. My God, what if his appearance occurs on a Sunday morning?
down, son. What's up? What's up? What's up? Bring it down, boy. Go ahead. What's up, son? What's going on, man? What's going on with you, man? Yeah, you ready for you, man? Go on over there. Yeah. Shoot. That's what I'm getting you right on now. Hey, man, look. See, that's what I'm talking about. Miami Heat think they all there because they got James, Wade, and Bosh. Them cats was up by 24, man. And they ended up losing by 3. Man, turn that shit off.
Right, but look, man, everybody know that Miami got all these crazy ways of playing. You know what I mean? They playing pick and roll all day with the forwards and the guards. And everybody named Mama know that Miami is little compared to Orlando. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, then Orlando got stupid crazy. Man, them cats jumped out there 16 out of 29. Man, they were killing them, man. 16, son. That's what I'm talking about. They turned around and hit another 18. And where was the Heat at? Them jokers was nowhere to be found. I guess they was down in South Beach swimming in tan. All this back shit.
Like my man Dwight say, man, you either play hard or go on and sit down somewhere. I got time to go home. Wait a minute, hey. Look, man.
Lord have mercy. Here we go again.
Third Sunday now. Last time you pushed me back the first Sunday. Yeah, can I please get the razor this time?
Yeah, Rev, I got you.
Y'all stop that.
Mr. A. Should Miami be worried? Now, they have these huge leads, but they end up blowing it in the end. Now the Lakers, what's the team? The Lakers? The Lakers do that, but most of the time, they end up winning, though. That's a real team right there.
And you know what, to be honest with you, young fellas, I don't even know. Because I wasn't even watching the game.
You weren't watching the game?
Yeah, I was watching CNN. Keeping up with all that foolishness that's going on over in the Middle East. Y'all ain't seen that? Man, things are getting real bad, I tell you. And I tell you, it reminds me a lot of what my mom used to tell us when we were little young kids. You know, that we living in some last days. These are like the last days we living in. We've been living in the last days for the longest. What? We've been living in the last days since the 50s. Ain't that right, Rev?
Man, don't even want to be real. Man, whatever, man. Look, man, can we all chill out with that today? I'm just trying to get a cut, man. That's all I came to do.
Wait a minute. Listen to us. I tell you, we can't just bury our heads in the sand and just pretend like ain't nothing's going on around us. Look at all this stuff that's happening and going on around us right now. These high oil prices, gas prices, $5 a gallon. Guys, this stuff, I tell you, it's directly tied with all that mess going on over there in Libya and Egypt.
Oh, man, that's what they want you to believe, man. I bet they got plenty of oil. Look here, man, them big cats up in Washington, D.C., they just want you to shake every time you get a boo, man.
No, bro.
You got to watch the news, man.
No. I don't think it's as simple as that.
Mike, baby, come on, man. Don't tell me they got you drinking the Kool-Aid, too.
No. I'm just saying. It seems like there's more to this end of the world business, bro.
Come on, bro.
I mean, Tim, come on, brother. We ministers of the gospel, man. We got to be feeling this too, man. Come on, bro.
I'll tell you something else. A couple of weeks ago, I was over at Hopewell.
Happened over there.
Papa Shields was preaching all about that rapture and sacrifice.
And I tell you, from what he was saying, if you ain't ready when it's come, you're going to be left behind. It's going to be bad. It's going to be terrible.
Come on, man. No, man, come on with all that.
I'm trying to tell you, young fella.
Hey, we trying to have a prayer meeting up in there, or you going to go ahead and use them clippers and cut my hair?
Hold on. Hey, look who's coming, dog. Hey, get me my mirror.
Son.
Yeah.
Lord. Hey, man. Lord have mercy.
I know that's right. Look here, man. If the world is going to come to an end, I sure like to get to know her better first.
Good. Thank you.
Hey, Miss Pam. How you doing?
I'm fine. Good morning, Mr. A. Pastor Tim.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning there, Pam. Hey, look, William, how you doing?
William. I'm okay.
You know, Pam, I'm almost done here with Pastor Tim if you guys want to wait on me.
Oh, well, do you mind if I leave William here and come back in 30 minutes?
Oh, hey, I'm almost done.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna run up the street and get my nails done. I'll be back in 30 minutes, tops.
Nah, that's fine. Little William, I'll keep an eye on him, and he'll be just fine.
All right.
Right there. He'll be
Thank
okay.
you, Mr. A.
Oh, you're welcome, sweetie.
Pastor Tim,
Yes, ma'am.
will I be seeing you at the well in the morning?
You certainly will be seeing me at the well in the morning.
All right.
A.M.
Well, I look forward to it.
All right, Sunrise.
See you later. Hey, be good. All right.
Looking at, man.
That ain't right, Pastor Tim, yes. Will you be at the well this Sunday? Oh, I'm so thirsty.
Well, I certainly plan to be.
Who that? Barry White?
Man, that's foul, man. You know that's foul, man. Watch out, man.
Look here, little man. Hey, you and your mama got plans today? Or, hey, man. I mean, I was just asking what the heck, man. Hey, man, you wasting your time, man. What's up? Didn't you see the way she came in here and strolled on over there and looked at the preacher and said, yeah, I saw it. You know what? Reverend, all that told me was after all these years, the only missing ingredients was the collar.
Hey, Jazz. All right. You're looking good, there. Appreciate that. Come on, William. You next.
Hey, you next.
Come on, sit on back. Let me get you straight right here. Hey, Solo William. I hear you got baptized over at Hopewell last Sunday, man. Is that true?
Yes, sir. I also said to Papa Shields about the rapture and going to heaven. And I told my mother I want to go to heaven when I die and not to go to hell. I want to be with Jesus, just like we learned in Sunday school.
Really? All right.
All right. Okay, well, you take care of yourself, man.
All right, man.
What's up, man?
Hey, I don't know. Hey, man.
Come on, man.
Hey, it's for the crowd, baby.
Don't pray on that. Come on.
Hey, what's up, Jazz, man? All right. Hey, how we gonna do this? You gonna keep that fro, or we gonna do that Uncle Festus? What we got?
Soon the church will be complete and Christ shall come again. Maybe Sunday morning rapture. If he does, many will be surprised. Many are going to cry out. Many will be sitting where they're sitting right now. What are the results of his coming? The bodies of all those who died trusting Jesus will be raptured to meet him in the air. The living Christians will be snatched up, snatched away, right out of their pews if it occurs on Sunday morning. The lost living ones will be left to face the 7 years of great tribulation. It's going to be joyful for those who are raptured, but it's going to be sad for those who are left behind.
Hey, man, come on. Come on, Duncan. Oh, come on. Yeah, man, come on. Come on, Duncan. Good boy.
Morning, Riley.
Morning, Frank.
Up and at it early this morning, aren't you?
Yep. Gotta keep in shape. Ever since that heart scare, well, you know how it is. Not getting any younger. Why don't you come running with me sometime? You could benefit from a little exercise, too.
I might take you up on that soon. But you know, Sunday's not a good day for me. Got duties at the church. Are you coming this morning?
Nah, I don't think I'm going today. I got too much work to do around the house before the game comes on. And it's going to be a good game. The Heat in San Antonio. Some of the fellas are coming by this afternoon. Why don't you stop on by?
Yeah, I might do that if we don't get out of church too late.
Man, you got plenty of time. Church will be out long before the game comes on.
We'll see how it goes. Talk to you later, okay?
All right, see you later. Okay. Come on, Duncan, come on. Come on, Duncan, we're going to do some work. We're going to do some work, Duncan. Come on. We're going to do some work. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, Duncan. Okay, come on, Duncan.
Good morning, sweetie. How are you? Is breakfast good?
Lord have mercy, Jesus. What would you do without me?
I don't intend to find out. You stuck with me, woman.
Is that right? At least until you learn how to tie your tie and connect your gentleman's tie stay, right?
Very funny.
Alicia, where's your brother?
He's in his room.
Girl, what have I told you about talking with your mouth full?
Sorry. He's still in his room.
Lord have mercy. Sweetie, if you're finished with you, just go upstairs and tell him to come on down. I don't want to be late for church, and we need to all leave and go together, okay?
Charles! Daddy said come downstairs and eat.
Alicia Renee Wilson, your father said go upstairs. Can you go upstairs, please, and tell your brother to come down to breakfast? I just need to slip into my dress when Charles comes down, and I'm ready to go.
Imagine, church is going to be as crowded as it was last week.
I know. I just can't wait to hear what else Pastor has to say about the rapture. I get chills just thinking about it. Sin and suffering, and pain will be gone.
Think about it. Folks think we're going to be around here forever, Evelyn. But I, for one, I can't wait to get out of here.
Me either. All this mess going on these days. But you know, it's happening just like it says in the Bible. Wars, famine, people killing one another over a little of nothing. Just no regard for human life at all. You know what? Heaven has got to be better than this.
Charles!
Man, what?
Daddy said come downstairs and get ready to eat so we can leave for church.
I'll be down in a minute.
Daddy's gonna be mad if you don't.
I said I'll be down in a minute. Dang, girl.
Oh, whatever. You make me sick.
Okay, so if I come to church, will I be able to sit next to you?
You can if you want my dad staring at you like you stole something the entire service.
I thought you told me your dad liked me.
He does. I haven't told him we're dating yet.
You told him you broke up with Bobby, right?
Not yet.
No.
He likes Bobby, and I'm not sure how he's gonna react when I tell him what he did.
Well, I mean, at least he didn't do it to you.
Thank God he didn't do it to me. So I wouldn't want my dad going to jail for murder.
Murder? I'm guessing it's a good thing that Bobby stopped coming around church, huh?
Yeah, and it's a good thing that you're nothing like him either. You know, he had everyone fooled, especially me. And I'm really glad I found out what he did to Jackie.
Well, at least you say yourself for me.
Don't start talking nasty, Charles.
Nasty? How is that nasty? What did I say that was nasty?
You think I'm stupid? I know what you're trying to say.
Okay, so you psychic now? Hello? Sharon, you still on the phone?
I'm still here.
Okay, so do you want me to come pick you up for church or not?
Sharon.
Hold on. Yes?
Are you dressed?
Almost.
Well, we're leaving for church in 10 minutes. You need to hurry up because your father has to open up service this morning, and you know how he hates to be rushed. Hurry up, Sharon.
Okay, Mom. I'll be right down.
Hurry.
Hello?
So it sounds like you're going to church with your folks.
No, I can ride with you. Just give me a second, and I'm going to go ask my dad, and I'm going to call you back.
All right.
All right.
Lord have mercy, Jesus, boy. Is that what you're wearing to church?
Yeah, Mom, what's wrong with you?
Oh, Charles, pull up these plans. Look at here.
What's going on up in here?
Charles, you need to be a little more attentive to your appearance.
Okay.
You know how much I hate that sagging and begging foolishness? Especially at church.
Lord have mercy, Evelyn. Be grateful that the boy is even going to church, but do you know what time it is? Charles, son, we need to go. Come on, let's go, son.
Dad, I think I'm gonna drive my own car today, all right?
Charles, there's no need for that. How come we can't all just go together?
Mom.
As a family?
No, Mom.
What?
I need to pick up Sharon Johnson.
Sharon Johnson?
That's Sharon Johnson.
Don't worry about Sharon. It's time to go. Let's go.
All right, all right. If you picking her up, Charles, you need to go on. You know how full that sanctuary gets. Oh, my goodness. Don't forget to lock up, Charles. Alicia! Alicia, girl, come on down here. Your daddy about to have a fit. We ready to go? Alicia! Hey! Calm down, please.
Hey,
Frank, we coming, baby.
10 o'clock already.
We are coming.
Dad, your
Yes?
suit is nice.
Thank you. Hey, where's the rest of your dress?
Mom bought me this dress. Dad, can I ride to church with someone else?
Let me guess. Bobby?
No, not Bobby.
Uh-huh. I know that look. Did you two ever fight or something?
Or something. Just nothing.
Did he do something to you?
Let's just say he wasn't who we thought he was, and let's just leave it at that.
No, let's not. Let's say more.
We broke up.
You broke up? Why? I like Bobby, Sharon.
Yeah, he was a nice young man. Did he do something?
It's private, okay?
Oh, no, not in this house, young lady. Now, did he?
No, Mom.
Okay, Sharon.
Ew. Well, I mean, like, at least not with me.
What does that mean? Not with you.
I found some stuff out, okay?
Like what?
Daddy.
Yes?
Bobby liked to smoke. And he liked to drink, and he liked to get high.
I should have known.
And,
And what, Sharon?
And you know Jackie Cutler?
Mother Cutler.
Mother Cutler's granddaughter?
Yes.
She's pregnant.
Pregnant?
God.
Are you telling us that Bobby character got her pregnant?
Mom, that's why I broke up with her.
Marion, I told you. I told you, didn't I? These kids now got too much freedom. These fast tail girls, they run around, can't keep their legs closed. And these nappy-head boys, they just loose like junkyard dogs.
Lord, save us today.
Listen, does Pastor Shields know about this?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Come on, well, listen. Okay, baby, now, it's your dad. You know you can tell me anything, right?
Yeah, Dad.
Did this boy try to...
Oh, no, Dad. No, I wouldn't even let him touch me.
Okay.
I can't believe this, Matthew. That must be why we haven't seen Jackie nor Mother Cutler for the past few Sundays.
Hey, listen, baby, we can't worry about that.
Well, you're right, baby.
It's good you found out what kind of boy this was before you two got any further mixed up together.
Amen to that, Sharon.
Now, is there anything else we need to know about?
Lord, I hope not.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Oh, Lord
Hey,
Jesus.
ladies, it's getting late. It's time for us to go ahead and get to church, okay?
You're right, baby. Let's go.
All right, all right.
Daddy, can I ride to church with Charles?
Wait a minute, Charles. Charles who?
Charles Wilson.
Charles, who is that?
Deacon Wilson's son.
Sharon.
He wants to pick me up and I want to ride with him.
Sharon, listen, does that make any sense after what you've just shared with us?
Mom,
No.
Charles is not Bobby. Bobby's not Charles.
Sharon.
He respects me.
No.
And he's a Christian, and he is practically in church every single Sunday.
That's it. It's the practically that concerns me.
Dad. But, Daddy, please.
Listen, honey. How do you know that this joker is not like the last little boy?
Because he's not.
That's not an answer, young lady.
Matthew, listen. It's time for us to go. I do not want to be late for church. Can we go, please?
Your mother's right.
We need to be going.
Sharon?
But, Dad.
Listen, I'm sorry. You gonna ride with us and you can practically see Charles when you get to church.
But, Dad, that's
Don't
not...
but dad me, young lady. I done said you can see that boy when we get to church. Now let's go.
Come on, Sharon, let's go.
Oh, and y'all supposed to be Christians?
Oh, come on now. I don't need to hear that. Let's go.
Dang, Sharon. I thought you said you was gonna call me back. I'm guessing you done went along church with your folks now. I ain't got no reason to go. Just call me back when you get this message. Dang, girl.
Riley Kilgore, I thought you were getting ready to go to church.
Katrina, I thought I told you I wasn't going this Sunday. I went last Sunday. Isn't that good enough for you?
You act as if you're punching a spiritual time clock or something.
Katrina.
Riley, I know you're not about to touch me with those dirty hands of yours.
Come on.
I asked you last night to go to church with me today, and you said you would.
Yeah, but this morning when I was outside in the yard with Duncan, I saw all the work that needed to be done around here.
Duncan?
Yeah.
I swear, Riley, sometimes I think you care more about that dog than you care about me.
Duncan doesn't wear a $30,000 mink in emerald-cut diamonds.
Things, Riley. They're just things. Don't you care about your soul? Don't you remember when Pastor Shields preached about last Sunday?
Yeah, all that stuff about rapture. I just couldn't get into that. It scared me too much.
You should be scared, Riley. Hell is a real place, and I don't want you to go there.
Don't you start with me, Katrina.
Riley Kilgore, you swore to me that you were going to get yourself together and start coming to church with me. Now look at you. Now that you're feeling better, you just forgot all about the promise you made.
Is everything all right in here?
Lisa, would you kindly remind your brother of the promise he made not only to me, but to God while he laid up in that hospital after his heart attack?
It wasn't a heart attack. It was in China.
Riley, don't be like that.
Don't you Riley me. You're my baby sister, not my conscience. You don't have to remind me of a thing.
Well, it seems like somebody has to, since your memory is slipping, old man. Don't be like that. She's just concerned about you.
It's just one Sunday. What's the big deal?
You may as well forget it, Kat. My brother could be as stubborn as a mule sometimes. The only thing that's gonna bring him around is God himself. He just might be a lost cause.
Oh, no. No. I don't believe that.
Aren't you gonna be late?
Riley, please.
Baby. Not today, okay? I'll go with you next Sunday. Hell, I even give the pastor my hand in fellowship if it'll make you happy.
I'm going to get the baby. I'll meet you downstairs.
Okay. Riley, please.
Aren't you afraid you're gonna get these manicured nails dirty?
Riley, you're not a lost cause. I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Next Sunday?
Next Sunday. I promise.
Don't make any more promises you don't intend to keep, Riley.
I'm but a child, but I understand. If I'm not ready for you, guess I'll have to stay in this old land. The rapture is coming, no, I don't know when, but Jesus will be with me through the end.
Hey, babe. Can you help me with this?
Huh?
The zipper? What's wrong?
This whole entire thing is wrong. We pay the gas bill, we pay the power bill, and we still come up short on this month's rent.
Tommy, everything's going to be all right.
When, Crystal? When exactly is everything gonna be all right?
Well,
I work 2 jobs. 2, and we still can't make ends meet. We've lived here for 3 years. We wanted to start a family. We wanted to buy a house, and we still owe the insurance company $1,000 from when you had your surgery. How can we afford a family when we can't even afford ourselves?
Well, does that mean you blame me for all of this?
No, I'm not blaming you. It's just
what?
It's just we need to catch a break. Every month is the same thing. We go to church, we pay our tithes, we put money in the offering plate, and yet we still come up short. Where's our abundant life? Where's our overflow?
Getting angry at God isn't going to solve anything.
I'm not angry at God, Crystal. I'm tired and I'm frustrated. We sing songs about enlarging our territory and never seeing the righteous forsaken. But our territory gets smaller and smaller, and every month I have to ask a creditor for an extension.
Well, maybe we could ask my dad for a loan.
No, absolutely not. I already can't stand the way that man looks at me.
Tommy.
He already thinks you married beneath you. And I still owe him a couple $1,000 from when you had your fibroids removed.
I don't care what my father thinks about you. I love you. You're the man I chose to marry.
I'm a whole lot more man than you married.
Well, that just makes it more of you to love. Baby, come on. It's time to leave for church.
You go ahead. I have to figure out where to come up with $250 by tomorrow.
Well, don't you have to sing?
The choir sang last Sunday. Besides, what am I gonna sing about? The broke man blues? If you want to go to church and act like everything's okay, be my guest. I don't have the stomach for it. If God wants me, he knows exactly where to find me.
Well, I guess I'll see you after church then?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be here.
Hello? Yeah, this Miss Roundtree. Who is this? Who? Mamie Cutler. Oh, yeah. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I got a few minutes. I'm about to go get my church on. Bobby? Boy, what'd he do now? He did what? He did what? Well, how you know that? Just because your granddaughter said so? Well, if she had sex with Bobby, I would be surprised if it was her first time. Look, I don't mean no disrespect, but this is the 21st century. Do you really believe there's any virgins left? What do you mean, what do I intend to do about it? I don't intend to do nothing. Based off what your granddaughter said? Oh, they got all kind of DNA tests around here for this sort of stuff. Uh-huh. Yeah, I go to church. Yeah, what does that have to do with this right here? Calm down. Calm down? You call my house on a Sunday morning, I'm trying to get ready to church, you messing up my spirit, and you want me to calm down? What? You ain't gonna do nothing to me and my son. Yeah, I go to church. Like I said, I'm saved and I'm sanctified. Look, I know Bobby ain't no angel, but I ain't gonna let nobody run over me and mine. And I especially ain't gonna let no fast-tail heifer saddle him down with a baby that ain't even his. Look, if this is Bobby's baby, he will take care of it. I'll make sure of that. You can believe that. Messing up my morning, I'm trying. Bobby! Bobby, get your nerve behind down here right now! Messing up my son. What am I gonna do with these boys?
What, Mama?
I just got off the phone with Mamie Cutler. She told me you the one got her granddaughter Jackie pregnant.
Pregnant?
Did I stutter? Pregnant, Bobby. What do you have to say for yourself?
I ain't got nothing to say, Mama, cause it ain't true. I ain't do nothing to that girl.
You lying to me, boy? Are you lying to me?
No, Mama.
Then
No.
why would she call her and say you got her pregnant if you didn't?
I don't know, man. Did you ask her?
I'm asking you, Bobby.
Sure, man.
You been with that girl? Give me my cigarette. You been with that girl? Tell me the truth.
So what if I was, Mama? I ain't do nothing to that girl she ain't want to do.
What am I gonna do? Lord have mercy. I got to go down there and face those people, and I know good and well everybody at that church know what's going on.
So what if they know, Mama? It ain't their business.
Ain't none of their business. Lord have mercy. What am I gonna do? I don't want to be nobody else's grandmama. I am trying my best. I'm trying my best to be a good person. I mean, I know I don't go to church that much, but I done cut back on going out. I only smoke. I only drink. 2 or 3 glasses of wine. Now I got to worry with this nappy head boy going around getting girls knocked up.
Mama, I don't know why you gotta be so dramatic in the first place. Marcus walking around here with 3 different baby mamas. You're not saying nothing to him.
Do you see Marcus living in my house under my roof? No, because I'll put his behind
Whatever.
Lord have mercy. What am I going to do? I am trying my best to live a good Christian life. But I tell you what, I ain't gonna let you, I ain't gonna let Marcus, or nobody break my heart. I'm just too young for this. I got too many good years left.
I'm glad you think so.
What? What was that?
I ain't say nothing.
Boy, get out of here, Bobby. Get out of here, Bobby.
Whatever, Mama.
Taste out of your mouth.
Whatever.
Come in! Who is it? It's open, come in! I didn't want to listen when you tried to tell me how to live my life. I didn't want to listen when I ran the streets all night. I know I made a big mistake when my baby I could see. But when you're young, foolish and crazy, and hanging out is all you need, I just couldn't see that you cared for me. I just couldn't see you wanted the best for me. I'm sorry I couldn't see how much you love me.
Thought you're getting ready for church.
I can't. I tried. I can't.
Vicki, please. I can't do this anymore. We talked about this. I thought you were getting better.
I had a miscarriage, Caleb. You treat me like I had a cold.
Brandon was looking forward to us going to church as a family together.
Brandon. For you.
Yes. Okay, yes. I want you to get up, and I want you to pull yourself together so we can go to church as a family together. Is there anything wrong with that? Look, I know this is a tough time for you. It's a tough time for everybody, Vicki. You weren't the only one that lost something, you know? It was my baby, too.
It's not the same.
I know it's not the same, Vicki. I've never once said it was the same. But I'm still grieving. Why don't you get ready and we'll go to church and we'll get Papa to pray with us. So we got to get past this, okay? We have to start healing. I'm trying, Vicki, okay? I'm trying.
There is nothing to say. There is nothing to do, okay? I have prayed. I did everything I was supposed to do. I followed all the rules. Do you have any idea? This is not the way it's supposed to be, Caleb. This is not the plan that God showed me. I'm supposed to be a wife. I am supposed to be a mother.
You are a wife and a mother. You have me. And we have Brandon.
This is my second miscarriage. Do you have any idea how that makes me feel? Do you understand? What am I doing wrong? Please tell me, God, please. Why is God doing this to me?
I don't know, but we adopted once. We can do that again.
I want to give you my husband and children.
You have.
No.
We have Brandon.
No.
Isn't he enough?
Caleb, I thought he would be. I know he should be. I love him, please. Oh. I'm so thankful for him, but Caleb,
We're out of milk.
How long have you been there, buddy?
Mommy, are you sad that I'm here?
No, baby. No. Mommy loves you. I wouldn't trade you for anything in the world, honey. I'm just sad about the little brother or sister we talked about.
Are you sorry that you adopted me?
No. Adopting you was one of the best things that's ever happened to me. The best day of my life.
Can we be a family again? Like we used to be? You don't smile anymore. You don't laugh anymore. Please come to church with us.
I will. I'm gonna come next time, okay?
Do you remember when you told me that adoption was special? You said it meant more because it was on purpose, just like God adopted us. You chose me. Are you ready to give me back?
No, Brandon, come here. Oh. Come here, buddy. Don't ever say something like that, okay? We'll never give you back. You're our son in every way that matters, okay? We love you. We'll always be God's children.
I want you guys to get ready for church, okay? Go with your dad. Mommy's gonna work on getting better, and I'm gonna come next Sunday. Would that be okay? I love you, Brandon.
I love you too, Mommy.
Hey, buddy, why don't you get your jacket and we'll grab some breakfast on the way to church, okay?
Okay, Daddy.
Vicky, I really wish you'd go to church with us. It's not too late.
It's past 7. Just go.
man. What's up with that? You hit me my dude. Boy, you got in the way. Maybe you can play some ball. Maybe I won't have to hit you now. Maybe you don't have to do that like that.
Hey, come on, folks. It's Sunday, man. It's
He
Sunday
said
morning.
break it up.
It's Sunday, man.
Hey. Wait. Yo, check out that dude, man. Oh, man. Ain't you Tony Lister?
Yeah, I'm Tony Lister.
Hey, Tony Lister. Tony Lister. That's Devo.
Check this out. You know, at the beginning of the movie, they got the ice cube, though?
Yeah. Hey, that was a funny part right there. Hey, watch it. Hey, excuse me. Are y'all ready for Jehovah's return?
The question is, are you ready for Jehovah's return?
You know, you have to come on your house on Saturday.
If Jehovah came back right now, would you make it?
What you doing here?
I'm on my way to church.
Church?
That's exactly where y'all need to be, in church.
Well, look, you see, hold on, man. Hey, I was on my way, but I decided to come by and put something in this basket before I put something in that basket.
The Sunday morning rapture. If Jehovah came back right now, would you make it in?
Oh, man, y'all some fools, man. No. Man, my mom be talking about that crap sometimes, you know? The rapture, Jesus coming back.
Well, y'all heard of Pac, right? Tupac Shakur, right?
Yeah.
I did this last movie called Gang Related. And I had an opportunity to tell them about this gangster named Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I punked out there, told them who Jesus Christ was to get him ready for the rapture.
Right.
So I'm telling y'all real talk. How many times have y'all watched my movie? I'll tell you what.
Hey, how you gonna take the ball from me like that?
Listen up. This is the game we're gonna play. If I make this shot, everybody's in church with me, all right?
We about to make this more interesting for us right now. So we all benefit from this. So if you make that ball, that basket, that basket right there, then we'll go to church with you. Chill. But if you miss it, then you give us all 100 apiece.
I gave you the diamond watch, too. Y'all get some clean shirts.
What are you talking about?
I pray that those in the world who will hear this sermon will be convicted today. Jesus said in the 22nd verse, many will say to me in that day, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? And then Jesus said, I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. So robes and positions and titles and classifications and auxiliaries and departments and works and paying your tithe and paying your dues will not save you. So my prophetic word to you this morning is get ready. But if you want to be raptured, you must be born again. You must be washed in the blood of the Lamb.
Did you hear that noise? Yeah. Sounds like it's going to be a bad storm. I don't think it has anything to do with the storm. What do you mean? You haven't seen the news? No. What's going on? I got it on right now. I think you need to see this. Come on. Come on.
Breaking news happening right now. There appears to be a rash of catastrophic incidents taking place across the state. Witnesses are calling into the station as well as notifying police that they're seeing cars colliding into one another on local streets and interstates. And the bizarre thing is, the cars have no drivers.
Jesus. Do
you think this could really be another 9/11?
I don't know. What's on the other stations?
Esta ha sido una mañana muy espantosa de un catástrofe después del otro. Hay informes de personas que se han desaparecido en todas partes del
Go back to the other station and see what's going on.
You don't have to speak Spanish, Kilgore. Just look.
We are still experiencing the aftershocks of a massive earthquake that have devastated this entire region. From what I've been able to ascertain, violent coastal waters have flooded many of the cities that border the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. We have just been informed to seek shelter, to get to the highest elevation, to cover ourselves from floating tremors.
If you want to go to church and act like everything's okay, be my guest. I don't have the stomach for it. If God wants me, He knows exactly where to find me.
외계인의 공격인지 테러의 공격인지 추측만 하고 있을 뿐입니다. For the benefit of my English-speaking viewers, it seems to be very horrible things going on. No one can explain for. Citizens all over in South Korea were here one moment and going the next. We cannot be sure if this is an alien attack or a terrorist attempt.
We've been reporting on the bizarre phenomenon that seems to be happening not just here in this country, but all over the world. The President of the United States and other government officials have issued a nationwide terror alert and have asked that all Americans try.
I'm guessing you done went along church with your folks now. I ain't got no reason to go.
What's going on? Mama! Daddy! What's wrong with this guy? Mama! Daddy!
News desk in London to bring us up to date on what's happening even as we speak.
Thank you, Tina. As you have been reporting all morning, there are unexplained events going on seemingly throughout the world. Apparently,
I'll go next week, man. Next Sunday, man. I'm not going this week.
Israel. There are people running from their homes and office buildings into the streets, screaming in sheer terror that the world as we know it has indeed come to its end. The military.
I want you guys to get ready for church, okay? Go with your dad. And I'm gonna come next Sunday.
Of biblical proportions. If this is to be Armageddon, may God have mercy on our souls.
That was Lars Kennedy reporting from London. Just arrived in the Oval Office with several ranking officers from every branch of the military to address the nation.
Tina, we seem to be experiencing a technical glitch.
You make that ball, that basket, then we'll go to church with you. But if you miss it, then you give us all 100 apiece.
Back to Lars Kennedy in London. Lars? Lars, are you there? Can you hear me? Oh my God. Tina? Tina?
church.
Just like Papa said. He came. They're gone. We're still here. What am I supposed to do now? I'm here, God, just like I told you I would be. I'm here. It can't be too late, God. I promised myself. If God got me home from the club last night, I was gonna get myself together. I swore I was gonna be in church today. I swore I was gonna get it right. It can't be too late.
Offering lady?
Oh, God. God, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Don't leave me. I'll stop going out. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. I need more time, God. Oh, God. It can't be too late.
It's over! We've all been left behind. What do you mean left behind? Where is everybody? What happened? They're gone. They're all gone. Where did they go? What's over? Life as we know it. It can't be. Don't you get it, man? It wasn't just talk. It finally happened. Get your hands off of me. There's gotta be something that we can do. There's gotta be a way that we can go too. How much? How much what? How much is it gonna take to get me out of here? How much is it gonna take for me to go see my Katrina? A check! A check is not gonna get you to see nobody! Here's $1,000. That's all I have on me now, but I can go to the bank machine and get more if you need to. Here, take it. Don't you get it, man? Your money is worthless now. What do you mean worthless? I'm Riley Kilgore. It wasn't worthless when you were having all those anniversaries, those special sessions, and asking for tithes. You're Riley Kilgore. Yeah. Don't you get it, Riley? You can't buy your way into heaven. It was as easy as buying your way out of heaven. You can empty your entire bank account. But it won't do you a bit of good now. There's no more hope. There's no tomorrow. There's no more chances. They've all been raptured. I started preaching back in Mississippi when I was just a young boy. I pastored 3 churches. I served right here in this church for nearly 15 years. I went to seminary and graduated top of my class with honors. I got my master's in theology and biblical studies. Just like you, son. Just like you. But none of that means anything now. I'm an old man. And I've been an old fool. All the preaching and teaching that I've done over the past 40 years doesn't mean anything now. I pointed people to that cross, but too ashamed to admit that I needed to go there for myself. I let position and title cloud my judgment, stand in the way of my own salvation. And now I gotta pay the price. Oh Lord, I'm sorry. Forgive me, Lord. All these people! All these people! I should have listened. I should have listened. Being saved is more than just preaching, singing, paying tithes. It's not about how high you can jump, but how you live when you come back down. I preached that for many years, but it was just all empty words. 'Cause if you live like hell, then hell is where you wind up.
Hell? Hell no, I ain't going to hell. Pastor, you gotta do something. I'm Ronnie Kilgore. I got too much money to go to hell. I put more money in this church than half this congregation. I paid my time. No, I ain't going. I ain't going. I can't go. I can't go. I can't go to hell! Get off me! It's over! It's too late! It's too late! It's too late! I can't go.
Would you make it in?
I'm going all the way, and I won't turn around. I'm going all the way, and I won't turn around. I'm going all the way, and I won't turn around. You know my heart is fixed, my mind made up. I won't. Started on this journey a mighty long time ago. I've had many ups and downs, but I'm determined to reach my goal. By faith, I'm gonna make it. God's grace is going to be my guide. If I could just hold on, you know it won't be long until I make it to the finish line. I'm going all the way, and I'm going all the way, and I'm going all the way, and you know my heart, my mind made up. I won't turn around. One more thing, I've been working on this battlefield, and I'm not tired yet. I'm sending up all my timber, yes I am. For my reward, I know I'll get. I'm determined to go through. I got a lot of work to do. I'm running this race, trying to make 100, 'cause 99 and a half won't do. Oh, that's why I'm going all the way, and I'm going all the way, and I'm going all the way, and you know my heart is fixed, my mind is made up, my heart is fixed, my mind is made up, my heart is fixed, my mind is made up. I won't turn. Let me tell you, I won't turn around. I won't turn around. I gotta keep moving, yeah. I won't turn around. I started out a long time ago. I won't turn around. Working out here for my Lord. I won't turn around. That's why I can't turn around. I won't turn around. You see, I promised him a long time ago. I won't turn around. That I'll serve him till I die. I won't turn around. I got